friends to the Beaver Dam. I know I'm gonna regret saying this. I know I am. Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam. Andrew, honestly, wouldn't be a bad idea for the next maid costume stream, because I do have to do one thanks to our last Damathon, and we just haven't had the time to get around to it. But welcome everyone. No, I was not doing my makeup. I got home from work like an hour and a half ago and fell asleep, and I was like, oh shiz. And so, yeah. Here we are. But welcome. It's good to have you guys. I also, because I've been going so crazy the last couple of days, I forgot to set defenses in Territory Wars. So I have to try to get 300 banners in Territory Wars over the next 12 hours. So that's gonna be fun. I think I can steal a whole bunch in the top zone. Hopefully my my guild's gonna... Oh, this isn't a bad front wall. I might be able to just throw a couple things at these and just win. Because I've got like all the toys laying around. So, yeah. Sweet. Yeah, it's literally like, they're like, oh yeah, it's an anime. I literally saw just like a clip of it on TikTok the other day. And it's literally just, they're like, oh yeah, it's horse girl racing. None of it is like actually horse based. They literally just have horse tails. It's just anime girls running. That's it. It's just anime girls running on like a horse racing track with horse tails. That's the whole thing. And I'm like, this, A, why is this going viral? And B, why is this a thing? Oh yeah, sorry, they have horse ears as well. Andrew Thetford plays religiously. It's surprisingly good, though. Is 300 guild minimum? Yeah, I think it's like 330 or something like that is my guild minimum. So I'm going to be wrecking through a lot of this, trying to hit that guild minimum for sure. I mean, I won't be kicked out of the guild if I don't hit it, but like I also feel bad if I don't go for it, you know? So no jockeys? No jockeys. Okay, let's bum rush through a couple of these real quick, and we'll open up roster reviews while we do that. My guild minimum is just to beat stuff and just do something. Yeah, I've got a pretty competitive guild that I'm a part of, and, you know, it's definitely not for everyone. And honestly, I'm not usually a big fan of super competitive guilds, but this guild gives some really good rewards, and I like having a guild that I can work together with. And when you start getting up into the higher levels of guilds, it's either you're in a derelict guild and you get good rewards, or you're in a competitive guild. There's not really an in-between, because you kind of have to be competitive to get quite a bit of the materials and stuff that you need. Because if you're in a casual guild, no one's gonna sit there and be like, I'm willing to relic 9 my Bodhi Rook for the guild. He's almost gone. Oh, dang. We got to be careful. I don't know if we hit the bottom level of it. Okay, there we go. Would you leave him alone? Just wipe him. Oh, he has fear. Okay, just basic then. Can we kill her? Not quite. There we go. She's gone. Oh, and he's gone. Can we... And he's gone. That was a no Zeta. He was missing a Zeta. That's interesting. Easy dub. I mean, Malgus isn't nearly as scary in Territory War. See, I used to really enjoy Territory War. I don't really anymore. Trey over here asserting dominance. Heck yeah, Jimmy, that's what I like to hear. Hey, Flick Switch, welcome, welcome. Okay, let's dude, it's been so rough trying to get these streams in. Trying to get roster review streams in. What changed for you to not like Territory War? I got into the upper area of Territory War, where things like this are a thing. Not so much the General Grievous, but the fact that this entire wall is General Grievous. That, like, it was fun back when you were making things work, when you were like, oh yeah, I have this and I'm trying to throw it at this and I'm trying to do as much as I can for my guild and my guild's counting on me and I'm working together with my guild. Now that I'm in the upper echelon of Territory Wars, upper echelon doesn't really exist because they have like a maximum count for crate, and they haven't ever raised that, even though the guild numbers are going up a lot. And then you just go up against guilds and it's just like, oh yay, a full wall of the Hut Cartel Cron, what I've always wanted to see in my life. You know, that's my favorite thing in the world. And you know, you're not able to look things up on swago.gg, and so you have to just play it by ear and use your knowledge, which I mean I'm fine with, especially working together with your guild. It's fun. But like the fact that the upper guilds all treat this like it's, you know, a competitive sport, I'm like, this is dumb. I don't get like almost anything from this that's actually helpful to my account, and I'm just bashing my head against the wall because I can't sign into this game during work anymore. I used to be able to, you know, I had the time in my job, but where I'm at currently, I don't have the opportunity to go, especially like this week and a holiday, go sign in multiple times, which means I just get to see the Jabba wall and do what I can against the Jabba wall, and then I don't see anything else in Territory War until that night, and it's either full cleared or we're screwed. So you still doing RRs? We're just about to start, LA. Oh yeah, no, I'm sure those are gonna come around in the next couple of days for sure. I think that if they aren't there already, you're gonna see them more and more coming into this second conquest. You should spend 1 full month of GAC, so possibly this next 5v5 season, just pushing as high as you can and not doing dumb fun stuff. You don't want me to have fun? Hey, Milton. I am exhausted, Violet. Thank you for the $5, and we will put you first on the list. Let me start up the list for you guys so you can get started. For those of you who are unfamiliar, make sure you go to the Discord. Hopefully the bot's working. If not, then I can still get something out there. Yep, there we go. The bot's working. But yeah, no, this week I went back to work for Pepsi, because I told my boss that I would take a month off and then I would come back at the end of the month or the beginning of the following month, and help out for 4th of July. Because 4th of July is the busiest holiday, and so if the spot that I occupied wasn't filled, which is a transient spot, like people keep this spot for like 2 weeks, and then they either become a full-time employee or they quit. It's just a super transient spot, so I wasn't worried about getting my job back at all. And so I reapplied because the spot was open, and they were like, "We're looking at other candidates. We'll call you." I'm like, "Looking at other candidates?" Like, everyone at the company is like, "Hey, we want you back," and are texting me, "Hey, hurry up and come back," including my boss and my boss's boss, like, whatever. And then they're just like, "Okay, bam, we want you back. We need you to come in today for onboarding. Tomorrow you're going to work, and then the next day after that you're going to work, and then 2 days from that you're going to work again." And it's been an 11-hour shift every single day that I've worked. So I have worked 3 days this week. So I worked Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and I am already up to almost 35 hours of work in 3 days. And so I am exhausted. What guild am I in? Good question. I can't show off like what people are doing in Territory War. Hey, Milton, moving over to YouTube. Very nice. Let's just... We're going to take out this fleet real quick, just because we have a Leviathan. We might as well take it out just for fun with a Leviathan. It's almost 3 for me. We want to see what's up. Hey, Lendog, welcome, my friend. But yeah, no, I'm in Barbarism Returns, is the name of it. They told me I'm fine playing Territory Wars on stream. That was like one of my go-to things. Like when I first was looking for a new guild, every guild I asked, I was like, "Yo, can I show Territory War on streams?" And so there was a couple guilds that I said no to just because they wouldn't let me show Territory War on stream, and I'm just like, I'm a streamer. I want to be able to show this on stream, and I'm not looking for a super competitive guild, so... I honestly have no idea how this counter works. I barely ever use this fleet. I'm just kind of hoping that I figure it out. You know what I mean? Dang, we haven't hit enough debuffs. Let's get a shock on him just for fun. I don't like the fact that we're about to lose our Tidorito. I don't like that. Oh, of course, we get the heal right then. Dodge. You can't escape the dodge. Why guilds don't like to show Territory War on stream? Because for some reason everyone thinks Territory War is this huge competitive thing that, like, you know, everyone and their mother is, you know, treating like a professional sport. And so, like, if you show your Territory War defenses, all of a sudden it's the end of the world. And I don't like that. Gosh, I wish my sounds and everything were working. It's driving me nuts. Almost 3. Have a good stream. Sounds good. Flick switch. You have a great night. Yeah, it's a weird thing among guilds. Yeah, I think it's dumb, but there's a lot of guilds, especially when you start getting over the 500 million, where they're like, Territory War is the most competitive thing in the entire game, and I'm like, Honestly, couldn't care less. I appreciate it, LA. We'll add you to the list, my friend. So look at mods so that I can get a better idea with how I should be modding my tunes. Nice. That you do have to be careful, especially with higher up content creators, specifically Arnold. I think Arnold's really the only one that I will warn you about. He does some weird stuff because he's in a competitive territory war guild, and so he has a hot utils. He has a hot utils profile for GAC lock-in, and then like one for regular play, and then one for territory wars, and he'll switch between them. And so like at times he'll have just wonky mods on different characters, and you're just like, why is this on this character this way? And it's like, it's because this was a mod profile for territory wars, and so it doesn't really make sense for GAC. So just keep that in mind overall. Hey, Lady Geek, happy Saturday to you, my friend. To have good territory win rates, high level, you need the brains, though. You don't. At this point, you really don't need the brains. Like, I don't know. Like, my last couple projects on my account have been Leviathan, Ahsoka, Profundity, followed by getting a Lord Vader Relic to 9, getting myself a Relic 9 Jocasta New in just a moment. I just did a Resistance Hero Finn as well as a Mon Mothma for my guild, and with all of that, I still have 64 droid brains. Like, you don't run out of droid brains unless you're constantly relic 9ing random characters. So like, yeah, at that point, sure, but even then I'd rather like, instead of being in a territory war competitive guild, I'd rather just relic 9 my Padawan Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon, and my Paw Patrol over trying to find and like keep up with a territory war competitive guild. Like, you get enough with, you know, 50 to 60 to 70% win rate you end up with in territory wars typically. Why don't you R9 your Glat? R9 Glat doesn't stop Finn Zori from working. It doesn't stop Sith Eternal from working in 3v3. It doesn't stop any additional counters to Relic 9 your GLs typically. And like, I still beat Relic 9 Rey with my Star Killer. I still beat Relic 9 Rey with my Malakos. It really doesn't change much. The Lord Vader was because someone paid for it to be at Relic 9. It's the first Relic 9 I've done on a GL. It's the first, like, all of my Relic 9s in my account are either my guild is telling me, hey, we need this. It's a requirement for something. Or, like my first one, it's a meme because of this channel. You know, Jocasta New is because we hit a certain goal during the last Damathon. Do I want to Relic 9 this character? Absolutely not, because I hate this character. But even then, like, I don't Relic 9 GLs. I don't think it's worth it to most people unless you're in the end game. If you're in the end game, yeah, start Relic 9ing all kinds of people. But, like, my Relic 9s should go to getting stuff that I need and that type of thing over anything else. It's an abomination in the top left corner of your roster. What, the Relic 8 Jocasta New? You said top left, right? I already lost you. Yeah, top left corner of your roster. Yeah, Jocasta New? Yeah, it's an abomination. I agree. Very nice burrito. Thank you, Commander Lex, for the 10 Canadian. I appreciate it, my friend, and we will get you into the list. Is JML worth the Relic 9? He is the most, he's like the strongest candidate for a non-requirement Relic 9. He is the best candidate, because what we look for in candidates for Relic 9 is we are looking for, are they a Galactic Legend? Are they a tank? Do they use their health or protection as damage? Or are they the leader of a fleet? Those are the 4 big things we're always looking for when we're looking at, you know, PP Relic 9s and if they're really worth it. And he's a tank. He shares his health as damage. He is a Galactic Legend, so he fits 3 of those just immediately. Do you need the Relic 9? It makes it more consistent, especially against if you're going up against a lot of people that have GL Ahsoka Tano. The reason that if you're going up against people like that is because the Relic 9 on Cat is actually surprisingly difficult to get through at Relic 7, and so you definitely need at least the Relic 8, and then the Relic 9 is definitely helpful for getting through that. So if you're doing the JMK counter, I highly suggest you know, taking up your JML to at least Relic 8, if not Relic 9. What will he do for you at Relic 9 that he can't do at Relic 8? It's just a little bit better counters, specifically to that team. See, that's one of those few times where higher Relic levels does make sense to me, because my win rate since Ahsoka Tano has come out has dropped significantly against JMK. And so that's one I brought up to Relic 8 of my own volition, which is not a common thing for me in my roster. I don't have any just random Relic 8s, random Relic 9 kind of things. But for him, I did it because the moment that people got that Relic 9 Cat and that Relic 9 Ahsoka Tano, that counter plummeted. I could not do it at Relic 7. Did you try the totally new Windu in Territory War? I don't have any of his Omicrons. I just don't. And I don't really intend to get his Omicrons. And so, like, I have him. Jedi Vanguard, you have only got 1 Zeta on Jocasta New right now. You and you. Can we still put this on? And it still, like, works and everything? Yeah, it still works, so we could try this real quick. Malgus wins this, Lamau. Bet! It probably does win this. The almighty poke. Who do we poke? We're gonna poke Bastila. Wow, that was like no damage. Okay. I don't know what this does. I don't know what this does. Sure. Nope, no assist. Okay. That was a pretty good hit. This is the call. Can we perhaps just kill him? Oh, a dodge. Thank goodness. Or it wasn't a dodge and he hit for like 0 damage. One of the two. Wow, these guys are doing so much. Oh, good. We at least have the lightsaber gun. Can we kill everyone off with this? Gosh, that animation takes 3 to 5 business years. I despise that. Can you at least kill Malik? Oh, that was close. I'm proud of you. That was close. Hey, we killed a couple people. None of the important people, but we killed a couple people. I'm not gonna say that. Other gear pieces to get Stormtrooper Honda Relic are a pain. Why are you getting Stormtrooper Honda Relic? Oh gosh. Yeah, no, it's not one times. It's just super slow for no reason. Anyways, let's get into some roster reviews. For Sauna, obviously. Yeah. The Sauna team, which is definitely heavily in the meta. Sauna filtered in and out of GAC defense so fast. Like, I feel like she was on defense for like maybe 2 weeks before she just dropped. For my YouTube channel, get a tune at Relic 5 Solo Galactic War. Love that. Why only R7 on Ahsoka and Rey? Because it doesn't change win rates of counters or anything like that, White Tiger. Is it nice? Yes. But is it super helpful? No. Okay, Violet first. There you are. Okay. You have serious buyer's remorse for Ahsoka? Yes. Yeah. I didn't for a long time because she was still hard, but I think not this 3v3, but the previous set of 3v3s, when I realized that she could be beat by Sith Eternal in any form of her team in 3v3, and then found the 5v5 Finn Zori counter. When I realized those two, that was the moment that I was like, this is the worst thing I've invested in money-wise. Like, it's still a good GL, don't get me wrong. And she's still solid. And, like, to pull off the Finn Zori trick, you have to actually invest heavily into that team with speeds. But, you know, the fact that she's countered so easily comparatively to, like, Rey Hezra is a monstrosity. I do appreciate that Ahsoka, at least, if you don't, she's like Jabba, where if you don't really have a good answer, you're kind of screwed. Like, you get down to a solo Jabba, and if you don't have like a Maul or a Mon Mothma, or, you know, one of these like 3 to 7 different teams in 3v3, you're screwed. Same in 5v5. I mean, 5v5 is a little bit more forgiving for Jabba the Hutt with like CLS and Imperial Troopers, but in 3v3, like, you're basically boned. And I feel like Ahsoka is the same way, so I do appreciate that. But overall, she's just those two counters kind of ruined her for me, for sure. I'm going to Kyber at the end of GAC season, not looking forward to it. Oh, you've got this. I believe in you. Do I even bother getting C's last Zeta? I don't even remember what his last Zeta is. Oh, it's Tank's Taunt. Surprisingly enough, the one Zeta you're missing is the one Zeta that I actually know what it does on this character. Welcome to those coming over from Troopers on break. Good to have you guys over here. First person I ever took to Relicate was my SLKR, and honestly don't think I should have IDK if it was a good option. It makes, I guess, mirror matches more just okay, but if you're doing an SLKR mirror match, you're already like admitting you're gonna get a 50% win rate. So do you need the tank taunt Zeta? With an account like this, I'm going to say overall the answer is probably no. I'm trying to think of a single team that I use with Sith Eternal that doesn't have a pre-taunting tank. If you don't have a lot of pre-taunting tanks, maybe. But like you're using Sith Eternal, if you're using it with Bane, obviously he's not a tank. If you're using it with GBA, pre-taunting tank. If you're using it with Sith Empire Trooper, pre-taunting tank. Like every tank that I would put Sith Eternal with is typically a pre-taunting tank already, and the only reason that I need that Zeta is like to do things like Proving Grounds shenanigans. And this is an account that's far enough in that I'm guessing you don't really have Proving Grounds shenanigans you need to pull off. Like, yeah, you have Malgus. You have the hardest Proving Grounds thing to do. You have Jabba the Hutt. He can do all of them. You have JML. He can do all of them. So, like, yeah, I don't see a point of the Sith Empire or Sith Eternal Emperor Zeta for there. Hey, Big Cat, welcome, welcome, my friend. Okay, troopers, you have a great night, my friend. Can Leia do all the Proving Grounds? Yes, yes, she can. As far as I've heard. I don't know myself, but as far as I've heard, yes. You should probably put at least 2 Zetas on Darth Revan. But like also that's a severely underdone Sith Empire. Like I wouldn't invest in this until you're ready to invest in this. Like you don't have a Malak, you don't have a Darth Malgus done, your Darth Revan isn't relicked. I wouldn't bother throwing Zetas into that. Hey Marco, welcome, welcome. Okay, so working on mods mostly, got Executor not too long ago. Now I'm going for something funny. Okay. You didn't tell me what the funny thing is, and I'm kind of upset that you're leaving me out of the joke, but okay. In the meantime, should I push Ezra to Relic 5? Is he just like at Relic 3 right now? Is that what we're looking at? Yeah, Relic 3. Should you push him to Relic 5? You can. It's gonna, improve your ability to not get countered as much. But like, I don't know, the typical counter for him is like getting one tapped by Seer on the Seer Malakos team. I don't know if the higher relic levels are really going to do as much for Ezra. Like, it's not going to be a bad thing. You can definitely Relic 5 him. He's going to increase his damage and everything. But is it going to be earth-shattering? No. What's going to be earth-shattering is, getting his mods really high. That's going to be what's earth-shattering. But hey, sister should job at 5v5 too if you want 3-star. It's all about with C. You need that Zeta. Yeah, I guess. I could not care less about 3-starring that assault battle with Sith Eternal. I never did it myself. It was just way too much effort to try and get in there and get that to work. I just waited until SLKR finally got his lifter, and then I beat the 3-star on that assault battle. His mastery is dodge and deflection. It's dodge, deflection, and critical damage, I believe, and crit chance. So, like, yeah, upping his mastery is always going to be great, and getting the Relic 9 is going to be nice. Getting the Relic 5 will be nice. Relic 9 it's definitely going to be a 100% luxury, though. You should take a look at my scoundrels. Yeah, one of the most annoying things, by the way, guys, for those of you who don't know, one of the most annoying things is that Ben Solo is just going to hang out and ramp damage with his mastery. Cal Kestis has dodge, and I used to put him on my Rey team all the time. Rey Jedi Training has that ramping of dodge, and then you also have Ezra ramping that dodge. And so it's like you can end up just getting absolutely wrecked and timed out by the fact that you're letting anyone ramp on that team now. Because like there's so many characters that fit into Ray that just have that dodge mastery, and then like Ben will just one tap your team if he has his Omicron that goes through protection and he ramps it all. You should take a look at my scoundrels. Well, what about your scoundrels? I mean, you got a Relic 6 Boba Fett with way more Zetas and Omicrons than I'd ever put in, but, you know. I'll go for a new farm. The cat and the Zori hurt. Were you the one that came into my chat the other day and was like, no, it wasn't you, was it? Someone was like, they Relic 7 to Relic 8'd a veteran smuggler Chewbacca thinking it was Vandor Chewbacca, and it hurt my soul. It wasn't you. Okay, yeah. Someone was like, oh yeah, my guild asked me to Relic 9 Vandor, and so I went to do it, and I didn't look close enough, and I Relic 8'd my veteran smuggler Chewbacca, and I was like, oh. Yes, who are you going for? That hurts. A JKCK sitting at gear 8 in your roster. Hey, Alley Gal, welcome, welcome. Oh, running Baldman, that was you. Yeah, there you go. How old's this account? I don't know, Drill. That would be a question for Violet. Okay, so you're going for Hondo. See, like, my suggestion here would be probably Queen's Men and finish your Queen's Men up to Relic 7, followed by doing Leia and then cleaning up your Zori and your Marin and then working on Leviathan. And then after Leviathan, doing a little break and doing a couple more of these underinvested, overinvested stuff. But if you're going for Hondo, I mean, I don't know what advice to give you. Go work on your pirates, I guess. Either way, I would say the Queen's Men should be something that you should be doing right now. Hey, Caracol, welcome, welcome. Does JKCK have any uses without JML? He beats Malgus. Is there a long wait? I don't know. I actually haven't really looked at how long the list is. I really started back in August of 2023. Yeah, JKCK is like the best plug and play Jedi for like any Jedi team. Okay. Yeah, I don't. What if you're going for Hondo? I don't know what you want from me besides. You have some underinvested, overinvested. Obviously, you've already mentioned that you have that. I would 100% do the Queen's Men before you go for Hondo, and then sure go for Hondo. But then afterwards, I would probably do like a little bit of cleanup, then Leia, a little bit of cleanup, then Leviathan would probably be my next 2 farms for you. A little bit of a slow SLKR. Modded correctly, but just a little slow. Which means all your GLs are actually just a little slow. Because your SLKR is the fastest GL on your team. Which means your JML is really slow. Your SLKR is your fastest, and this is above your JML. You speed mods instead of offense. I don't have the elbow guy. Exactly 500. Yeah, so definitely could use some work. Solid protection arrow though. Like literally just swap this out to like speed mods with this protection arrow and you're basically good. C is he's within thresholds. I'd like to see him a little faster, but he's within thresholds. I'd like to see your Jedi Knight run faster. Up over 300. Same with your Maul when you eventually actually work on him. Darth Bane's looking a little slow, but workable for sure. Where's your Poe? This has become like my new fixation ever since I've started like working on the Finzori counter and everything. Is this right here? Is just how low everyone keeps their resistance hero Poe, because it severely limits how good your resistance hero Finn is, and just how good the Finzori team is. It's kind of like not giving speed to Jedi Knight Anakin or Ki-Adi-Mundi. You're just like taking damage away from the team. So yeah, Poe needs to swap out some speed mods, my friend. Overall, looking solid. I mean, just finish the Queen's Men before you go for Hondo. That's probably all I can give you for now, Violet, because Hondo's not where I would go with the account. But hey, you do you. There's nothing wrong with a little PP. LA, is your ally code in the Discord? Yeah, here we go. Let me delete that first, just so I'm not redoing things. Oh. My Luthen is 362. Yeah, I saw he was your fastest, and I went a ways down, and it was, you know, still like in the 300s. So I was like, must be a fast Luthen. So very nice Luthen, I must say. Oh. Working on Jedi Master Mace Windu and Leviathan Profundity. I mean, I definitely think a Leviathan is warranted in this account. You're missing a lot of your value farms. No problem, Violet. Go for Glat and Relic 9 Krennic. What are you trying to do to your friend's account? Goodness gracious. Get through tonight is quite late my time, just need to know if it's worth staying up. I don't know. I've got about 2 hours once we get through paid for roster review. So here's the thing, is I really can't promise exactly how many, just because paid for roster reviews come first, and so I can't really promise how many free roster reviews I do. Now, if no one else pays for a roster review, we've got one more paid for roster review that's going to be like another 10 minutes after this, so like we're talking about 8:40. So we're talking about an hour and 20 minutes. I get sidetracked quite often, otherwise that would be what, 5 times, so 12, 16 total roster reviews. Cut that down to probably, I'll probably do 12, 10 to 12. Oh, you have Virgil Honda. There you go. I may or may not put one on Thano. Gosh. I mean, if you're going for Hondo, sure. Like, that makes sense. Jedi Master Mace Windu is a little bit of an interesting one, but this does look like a account that pays for things a little bit here and there. So, sure. You already have 2 of the clones done. You have Lord Vader. Go for the clones. Go for Jedi Master Mace Windu. You're obviously not, you didn't get him already, so you're going to be waiting 3 months to get him. So Jedi Master Mace Windu requirements, then Leviathan. Is your guild already Mando ready? Yeah, it's for the raid. Makes sense. Oh, buddy. Relic 9, or Relic 9. Relic 5, your Savage. Moving to Mandos. Okay, so if you're attached to your guild and you're fine with that pace that you guys are setting, then I would do the Queen's Men ASAP. That would be my next farm. Is I would Relic 5 your Savage, and I would Relic your Padawan Obi-Wan and your Master Qui. Oh, sorry, had my soul leave my body there for a second. Oh my gosh. Okay, you're gonna Relic 5 your Savage, you're gonna Relic 7 your Padawan Obi-Wan and your Master Qui-Gon, and then you're gonna at least Relic 5 your Darkseid Rey. There's your next couple of projects while you're waiting for shards for Jedi Master Mace Windu. And then after that, you'll go for Leviathan. And then after Leviathan, I would probably go for Paw Patrol personally. But you're already Zepho ready, so it's not like you got to do that for your guild. I saw the Relic 7 Seer and the JKCK. Got a lot on my plate, so I'm going to ignore the best lifter in the game. And yes, I am saying best lifter in the game because Bane is not a lifter. Fight me. Okay, so continue to work on raid teams, but those characters I feel like are kind of like killer that you haven't worked on them yet. So I'd finish those. C is a lifter for Bane. If you are using Bane with Sith Eternal, you've wasted 2 amazing teams. Like, that is throwing 2 GLs at one thing. SLKR is doing what I need him to do at the moment. I mean, sure, giving yourself 100% win rate in any battle that you take him in with, essentially, as well as one of the best defensive GLs at the moment. If you want to skip out on that, you can skip out on that. That's your prerogative. You're also have a protection triangle on your SLKR right now. Get that swapped out for crit damage. Or at least offense. Crit damage, protection. Yep, okay. Yeah. I'm running 2 accounts right now. Doesn't sound like an excuse to me. If you can't handle 2 accounts, that sounds like a you problem. There's a reason that I cut down from having 4 accounts. You have a protection mod on your Rey as well. And your Ray is really fast. And you need to remod your GLs. 500 speed, 10,000 damage. And that's 10,000 damage at Relic 7, so like, I don't know, 10,500, something like that. Crit damage does nothing for Ray, because all of her damage is true damage. So move this mod over to someone else that can use this, which there's a lot of characters that can use this. This is a great mod for so many people except for Ray. But all of her damage is true damage, so crit damage doesn't affect her at all. Health will help her. Protection will not, because health filters into lifeblood. Lifeblood filters into more bonus protection for your whole team. So swap this to health, and then swap this to another character and give her a offense one, would be my suggestion. You could drop her speed pretty significantly and it won't affect her gameplay. In fact, I like a slow Ray because it means the longer you have an ultimate, which gives you time to buff to spell, it gives you time to heal up, all that kind of stuff. And it also makes it so it's unreliable for them to rely on when that jump is coming, and so they can end up, you know, missing out on trying to save themselves from the jump. So 540 is solid. Protection across the board. Okay. C, looking a little slow overall on C. Could use some more speed, but otherwise looking good. Ezra, overall looks like your GLs are like well modded, but the fact that your immediate next character is 319 on Ezra, who has a high base speed, and you've got no one else like above that, it's a little bit of a warning sign. I'd expect a little bit faster overall based on just the mods on the GLs. So, and that's a pretty hefty fall off. One line down, and already you're way under 300. You're down to 284. That's pretty rough. Your Darth Bane's well modded. I love that Darth Bane. It's a sexy Darth Bane. Yeah, your mods could definitely use some work. I would throw a couple of extra refreshes into your mods. What was I just looking at that I wanted to look at? Oh yeah. This is one of the best defensive teams in the game. On top of that, this beats Ahsoka as well in 5v5. You're missing the Finn Zeta. Why is your resistance hero Finn? Oh, it's because you just don't have a lot of fast modded characters. I was like, why is he in your top level of characters if you don't have the Finn Zeta? You got some mod work ahead of you, and honestly, I feel like you're sleeping a bit on farms that you currently have in your roster to go for new stuff over and over again. You're going for Jedi Master Mace Windu, you're looking at Leviathan and Profundity, you've gone from GL to GL to GL to GL, and instead of taking the time to Relic 7 your 2 GLs that you have in your roster, you're going for something new. You have a Savage at gear 12, you don't have the Queen's Men done, Finn's Zori team isn't finished. So what I'm a little worried about is you're kind of stuck in that ooh shiny thing mentality. Like, you have a Grand Inquisitor in your account. This account's far enough along. I'm assuming that you probably have a Scythe unlocked, and that Scythe could be doing some great things for you. But you're taking up the newest and brightest and coolest characters. So I farm to help my guild. Not gonna lie. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Farming to be efficient for your own account seems like the best thing you can do for your guild. So. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure what you want from me, LA. Because so far I've been like, hey, look, you should work on your mods. you should work on these characters, and you're just like, I'm just gonna farm my guild stuff, and I don't know. I don't know what you want from me. You do you. Farm for your guild stuff. Ignore the Queen's Men. Ignore the stuff at the bottom of your roster. Ignore the stuff at the top of your roster. Go for it. I would try to break the ooh, a shiny piece of candy as fast as possible. That's a mentality that's going to end up with an account where you're struggling with your mods. You're struggling with... If you were to focus on your ships and your mods right now, you'd have the Zetas to push into your new stuff and to push into your old stuff that you have. If you were to take your time and finish these characters at the bottom and the top of your roster that could use relic levels, then you're going to have extra time to get those Zetas. And you're just going from piece of candy to piece of candy, and it's making it so you are more Zeta starved, and you are more starved overall for materials than you normally would be. And so by taking the time and doing these side farms, taking the time and flushing out your roster, you're going to give yourself more materials overall to be able to play around with, and to get things done, because you're taking the time. Because that's what it is unless you're spending money, it's a time-based game. And so by waiting on Profundity and waiting on Leviathan as long as you have, those fleet farms are great for getting your Zetas back into your roster, getting your stuff back into your roster, because you don't need Zetas to get a fleet going. Same with Queen's Men. Queen's Men are just 2 Relic 7s. You don't need any Zetas, and you all of a sudden have a new assault battle. Gives you time to build up some more Zetas for other projects. So, once again, it's your prerogative. LA, always keep in mind with mods, they're not girlfriends. Don't take them too far. If they don't roll speed, just immediately delete them. That's all you gotta do, is just, if they don't roll speed, delete them and be stingy. If they don't roll speed, when you turn them to a green, and once you bring it up to a green, it doesn't roll speed twice, delete it. Don't waste materials on that. Delete it, on to the next mod. Because, having 6-dot mods like this is not great, and especially on a non-pilot character. So, yes, mods are not girlfriends. You cannot fix her. Let her be. Hey, Alex, welcome. No matter the path we take, we all end up in the same place eventually. It's true, Angus. It's just a matter of, is it going to take you, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years? There's people out there who've been playing for like 3 years, and they have almost every character in the game gear 12 and not a single relic character. So... drop the Luthen unless you're willing to pick up the Hoth Rebel Scout and the POW as well. And go for the Dark Side Ray instead. Means you're looking at building up 3 characters to finish that team. Is Fulcrum... Do you have a Malicos? Yeah, you do have a Malicos. So yeah, I guess Fulcrum, sure. Andrew Thetford, thank you for the $10. We will take a look at your account in just a moment. We got one more before you, my friend. We got Commander Lex. There's Commander Lex. Okay. Focused on raid tunes at the moment. I think that's going to be a common theme among most people right now, is focusing on the new raid. Since it just came out and people are starting to figure out where they sit in the raid. I think it'll be a common thing. I will tell you right now, I'm not really going to give much in the sense of raid recommendations until we know how this raid shakes out. I will give you general recommendations, but I'm not going to suggest any hardcore farming or anything like that. If you give me things that you're working on, I will comment on them, but that's about it. So, because we could be looking at Keller and Beck getting nerfed. We could be looking at Underman. We're for sure looking at Underman's probably getting nerfed entirely at past tier 0 and tier 1. We're looking at a nerf to Bad Batch for sure. So there's not really a good way that I can sit here and be like, this is what I would suggest for the raid. So. Can Wampa beat Ewoks in territory with war with the Nisa Omicron? I'm going to probably say no, because it is a very scary battle in just 5v5 GAC with Nisa. So I'm going to probably say no, wishy-washy. Wampa's Omicron is the only thing keeping it alive in that case. And it's like a 63% win rate. It's low 60s. Hey, Devlinsky, welcome, my friend. Hey, Iffy, welcome. Is it Iffy? Ulfie, whatever it is. Elfie, I don't know. I'll figure it out one of these days. Undermans don't even work past the 300k tier. Have you missed like the fact that Tarkin with Scorch can get a full score, and then the other 3 clones can also get a full score at Relic 9? And so you can get 2 full Relic 9 full scores just from your clones. Yeah, no, I'm not referring to solos. I'm referring to undermans, because there's specific like wording inside the raid that says that you shouldn't bring in undermans because it reduces the stacks on Lord Vader, and they thought that was enough of a penalty. It's obviously not, and so they're investigating it currently. And so the 2 ones that like I'm basically for sure are going to happen. I don't think Keller and Beck's going to get nerfed, but we are for sure getting a nerf to Bad Batch, because there's a glitch apparently happening right now. And then of course Undermans I think are a high proponent of getting nerfed. So they did specifically say in that dev post that it was Undermans on higher tiers is what they were looking to shut down. So hopefully they don't shut down like Enfys Nest solo for people. Anyways, focus on raid tunes at the moment. Wondering what I should work on the side, or once I finish raid tunes, and what order should I work on raid tunes? Focus on the ones that are easy to get for you, that you enjoy. I wouldn't focus too hard. And so like for instance, you can farm Bad Batch if you've already started working on Bad Batch and that type of thing, and work on that. But just work on one team at a time. Looks like you have your Bad Batch mostly done. How's your clones look? You don't really have the clones, so yeah, just focus down the Bad Batch and get your Bad Batch finished, because that's a team that you currently have. And regardless, you'll be getting them up to Relic 5, and you can bring them up to higher relics, and you'll still take advantage of that thing that they're pulling out, because the thing that they're pulling out is supposed to affect Relic 7 and above, I believe. So, you know, it's not getting nerfed. Anime Horse Girls. Gosh, Andrew, you are really gunning for that, aren't you? Hey, Anakin Lava Crawler, good to see you, my friend. Great pun, I must say. Yeah, like this raid doesn't feel awful right now. Like the requirements to participate in the raid are rough, but like the fact that people can get like 1 million off of just some random teams they have in their roster, like a Relic 5 Enfys Nest and like Gear 8 Bad Batch and things like that, it feels really good. And so if they nerf too much, I think they're looking at some really bad stuff. I'm gonna say finish your Zori, honestly. The fact that your Zori doesn't have mods is painful. Finish your Zori. You already have the 7-star. You already have the Finn Zeta. You have the Resistance Hero Zetas, which is wild. And as we've shown, this team's beating Ahsoka in 5v5, and it's one of the best defensive teams. So I would say that's a good side project for you. So go do that. I'd also like to see you finish your Night Sisters eventually. But as for major projects, I'd probably be working on Leia on the side as you're working on Raid Rex. Leia's just so invaluable right now. There's so many teams that are just really rough to go up against, but if you have a Leia, you can just kind of use Leia as your go-to. I want a good hold on defense, or I want a good kill on offense. So, but I'd probably be looking at Zori and the Marin and the Night Sisters as like side projects to do while you're farming up your raid teams. And as for raid teams overall, looks like you're working on Emphas Nest. If you're gonna go for pirates, I guess sure. I don't know. 300,000 isn't super important to me. Unless there's a new strat that I haven't seen yet. Emphas Nest doesn't seem like a hugely good thing. I would just focus on your Bad Batch and get them up. Because even just like getting a Bad Batch up to Relic 5 and then up to Relic 7, you're looking at, you know, 1,800 or 1,800,000 score, which is going to be more helpful. But yeah, I don't know. Emphas Nest is still good, I guess. I don't really use her in my current GACs almost at all. So what's the chance they release a Jedi Vanguard Lightspeed bundle? I think that there's a chance. I definitely think there's a chance. Do I think it's super likely? No. I think it would be more likely if they rerun the Jedi Allies Lightspeed bundle. But I think they're making enough money off of clones and everything that I don't think they're super worried or that they think anyone will buy a Lightspeed bundle like that. Thinks I'm insane or a degenerate gambler or both. Oh gosh. The Jedi Allies bundle is so bad. It is. It's absolutely atrocious. I wasn't even willing to buy it. One of my guildmates bought it for me. To be fair, after the raid came out and we saw how bad the Naboo raid was, I would have bought it on the second time around. But my guildmate bought it for me the first time around, so. I think we're definitely going to see a rerun of the Afra bundle. I think that's what we're going to see very soon. We're going to see a rerun of the Afra bundle just to prepare people for the pirate faction and everything. Because there's a lot of people like me who refuse to pay $50 for Afra the first time and might be willing to pay for it the second time. Yeah, but it's the characters that are pirates. Ooh, pirates. Anyways, okay, now I'm just worried about your mods in general. I feel like you have a lot of characters that are hiding in here that are just no mods at all. You have a Zeta on this guy. You have multiple Zetas on this team. The Afra bundle comes with Sana Staros and Hondo Naka, which are both pirate tag characters. CG is rarely on theme with Lightspeed bundles. I mean, we got the Jedi Allies Lightspeed bundle leading up to the raid. We got the Beskar Mandalorian Lightspeed bundle leading up to Bo-Katan. They do quite a bit of them on key and like kind of pushing towards certain things and getting us prepped for different things. I'm honestly surprised we haven't gotten the Afro Lightspeed bundle already. Like, I feel like that would have been an obvious drop like 2 weeks before the Pirate GL and everything was announced. So I believe Commander Lex, you're the one that was talking about you're going to be getting into Kyber soon. So yeah, definitely keep in mind you're going to need more defensive teams. You're going to need more fleets. Finzori, Marin, and then finish your Radis fleet. You literally are one ship away from finishing your Radis fleet. Like, you don't even need to put more stars into your comeuppance. And by getting your Finzori team up, you're going to have an Ahsoka counter. Plus, you're also going to have a good comeuppance. So I think working on your fleets a bit is definitely going to be helpful too. And start putting mods on your characters. Any mod is better than no mods. Okay. Let's see how many anime horse girls are in Andrew Thetford's account. I have 8 Zetas and 2 Omicrons. Holy shiz, that's a lot of Zetas. What teams should I flesh out and build with them? I'm looking for more for speed mod relic critiques of existing teams to improve them. Then farm plans for new stuff right now. Okay, so you're kind of looking for overall improvements to what you currently have, plus what to do next. Easy is a lot, so I have like 20 full Zetas. It sounds like you've never spent a dime in Galaxy of Heroes. My free-to-play account is literally just like throwing Zetas at random things just because it's a free-to-play account, and so you have 0 problems. Sounds good, Milton. You have a great night, my friend. Hey, great one. Welcome, welcome, my friend. Apologize, my sounds aren't working. It's on my list for the next 2 days of fixing things now that I have 2 days off from work. What's weirder than the American Shin is the fact that there's a Balin in here that's not leveled up at all. That's kind of wild. Yeah, that's probably the team that I would work on. I can tell you what your next major farm's going to be too. You've put a lot of extra relic levels into this account already. I don't think there's a lot of characters. Like I've kind of glanced around and really there's not a lot of characters I'd put extra relic levels into. Like I'd throw like a relic 5 Savage in here. I'd throw probably a relic 7 Quadme in here. Both of those seem a little too easy to beat at the lower relic levels. But like I'm not seeing a ton. I would be looking at finishing this right here. I hope this is like your next plan. Leviathan would be my next plan. Get this at least Relic 7 Malgus. Dude. You got Zetas, you got Omicrons. Ah, no wonder you have 8 Zetas and 2 Omicrons. Great one. Whoa, hold up. What? Sorry? I missed that one completely thanks to the lack of the freaking... Are you kidding me, Great One? Thank you so much, dude. You're amazing. I will... well, we will add you. I don't know if you know about the full perks of the damn best, but one of them is on our outro screen. You're going to be permanently on our outro screen. From here on out, even if you don't, renew the membership, all of our current and former Damn Best members get a permanent spot on our end screen. So thank you so much for becoming the Damn Best, and I will DM you about if and what perks you want to take advantage of. So, hey, Fogly Dogly, welcome, my friend. But thank you so much, dude. You're amazing. So, Andrew... You're slowly working on the Leviathan, and I think that's a good next farm. Pretty Pals also worth bringing your LX7 for rewards like Poncho Bros. Yes, they are. CT Trill. This is, let's see, you have 8 Zetas. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 of your Zetas and 2 Omicrons, which is 1 and 2. And boom, you have one of the best offensive and a good defensive team. This is still an annoying defensive team, regardless of JKCK being in the game. Still freaking annoying. I still have to throw either a JKCK, which means I don't have my GKCK, or Sith Eternal at this. So... I would throw my Zetas at this. Like, this team beats Riva. This team beats Great Mothers. This team beats... This is like a fantastic team that's kind of like an end-all, be-all fantastic team. And so if I were you and I had the Zetas and everything that you have, I would invest in this. I would actually probably only put his leader Zeta on for now and skip Korriban's Legacy. Or sorry, not... His Omicron. His leader Omicron, skip Korriban's Legacy for now. Let me double check before I tell you to do this. Yes. Yeah. Right there. So yeah, that's what I would do right there. Doesn't Gas beat Malgus without a problem? It's like a 60% win rate and requires a good Datacron to be better than a 60% win rate. And it's really, really messy in low banners, and in 3v3 it doesn't work at all. So I wouldn't count that as a solid counter. I use it quite often because I always try to roll a good Datacron for my gas because I don't have a lot of good uses for my gas nowadays, and so I kind of force him to work in 5v5 against Malgus. It's never good banners though. It's terrible banners. Who's the 5th for Sith Empire? There's a couple different choices to choose from. Chad, welcome to the Beaver Dam, my friend. Thank you. So you can either do Malgus, Malik, Darth Revan, Bastila, and Sith Marauder. Or you can do it with Sith Assassin. This is the better option on defense, because if it's Sith Assassin on defense, Sith Assassin prevents gas entirely. And so usually if you're putting it on defense, you throw it with Sith Assassin. If you're using it on offense, Sith Marauder, or you can also use, if you're not using her already, with the Triumvirate team, you can use Talon as that 5th as well. So you kind of have all of the 5ths that you can choose from in this overall. Significantly worse for sub 10 million accounts, while the extra Omis are nice. Are significantly worse for sub? Are you talking about the Purdy Patrol and you're just saying it wrong? In my opinion, the Poncho Bros are significantly worse for sub 10 million accounts. Do you mean the Paw Patrol is significantly worse for 10 million? free 10 million accounts. I feel like that's what you're trying to say here. But yeah, so sorry. Great one. You're amazing. Thank you for the $9.99. I will get to you next, my friend. Let me finish my thought. I apologize, Andrew. Really scatterbrained right now. I've worked an 11-hour shift today. So you invest in the leadership ability for the Omicron on Darth Malgus, because you have 1 Omicron and then you have 8 Zetas. So then what you do is you do 1 Omicron on Legacy of Power, you do the 3 Zetas on Malgus. You're now putting 2 Zetas on Darth Revan, which is going to be his non-leadership Zetas. You're putting 2 Zetas on Malak. So we have a total of 7 Zetas so far, 1 Omicron. Now your next Omicron and your next Zeta are actually going to go on over here on Zalbar. This will give you an excellent 3v3 team and a way to split up your Darth Revan and your Malgus really well in 3v3, as well as this is actually a solid 5v5 team for defense just in general with Canderous. And so you just throw some mods on them and call it good. Malgus only has 2 Zetas, perfect. Then you have an extra Zeta that you can save up for something else down the road. Where's the member join link? If it's not showing up for you, like just automatically in the chat under the show your support thing, there is a link in the description of all of my streams. And so you can follow that link to be able to do it. Here, I can pull it up. View your channel. Yeah, so if you look in the links, you got become a member right here, and so if you click this, it should show up for you, even if you're on phone and it does like the wonky thing where it's like, I don't like being on phone, how dare you. Thank you, Heinricher, thank you for fixing that so that way it makes more sense. I assume you do this over clone troopers to support a gas team. Yes, the gas team has kind of fallen off. It's a lot of Zetas. Yes, I like the gas team, I love the gas team, but it hurts. Now, to be fair, you do have 1 Zeta left over after all is said and all is done from what we've said so far, Andrew Thetford. And so, what I want the Thet man to do with that last Zeta, if he really likes his 501st clones and he wants to use them, is I want you to go put that last Zeta on 5s himself, and go ahead and throw that, I believe, on Tactical Awareness is the one. Double check. I'll double check right now before I finalize what I'm saying, just because I don't want you to play on the wrong ability. But I believe it's Tactical Awareness. 5s. Yes. Tactical Awareness Zeta. And so drop that 8th Zeta on your 5s, and then you'll have a good enough gas team to make it work until you can invest more Zetas into it. The Sith Empire team in every metric performs better than the gas team. But you can still utilize a gas team with just 1 extra Zeta in your current like setup, because you have the 4 Zetas on gas, you throw that one on 5s, and you can play with the team still until you can get some more Zetas, because that's the most important Zeta on that team. Hey Chad, first time coming to a live, saw a couple of your vids. Glad you're enjoying the content, my friend. That's not great for any account. I mean, yeah, the assault battles are going to be fantastic for any account, but like looking between Paw Patrol and the Queen's Men is 2 characters. Yeah, they don't build a team immediately, but they're 2 characters that are Cantina battles. You're not going to be, trying to get relic materials or Omicrons like the Paw Patrol does. Overall, it does make sense. I was on the fence when originally Paw Patrol came out, that I was like, because I really didn't like going for the Queen's Men, because they don't really go anywhere for most people until you can get Quad May. So I definitely think as time has gone on, it's become more and more apparent Queen's Men is the better option for basically everyone. How does Sith Assassin prevent gas? The answer is, I have no clue. I'm not even joking. I have no clue what the interaction is. I don't know what it is about the kit that causes it not to work. I could not tell you. I just know the win rate drops from like 60% to like 20% if you throw Sith Assassin as your 5th. No clue why. I don't know anything about Sith Assassin. I literally have not even like read their kit. I think they've read their kit once in like 4 years. All I know is that it works. Stun, sure. Ignore the target's protection. It's all to us. Yeah, I guess the turn meter gains probably. That turn meter gain is actually kind of wild considering how many buffs Malchus gives to the team. Like that's like basically an instant bonus turn for everyone on the team. So it's probably just this ability right here. Hello, Sith Assassin is the assassin of the Sith. Yeah, with her first special meeting over on Gas. Yep. Alex over here being like, yes, it's that turn meter. Yes. So yeah, that's essentially a bonus turn. Also, did you see my lovely mods for this character? Yeah, I definitely need to remod my Sith Assassin at some point. I disagree, Kanan's dad. I just genuinely disagree with Relic 9ing them off the bat because, like, yes, it pays off faster. Sure, you can get your Relic 9s paid off faster by doing that. But overall, the majority of people do not need a bunch of Relic 9s. And so getting those characters up to Relic 7 and then using your Relic 9s to get you something like a, an Executor or a Leviathan, those kinds of things are going to be more beneficial to an account. Now, if you're quite a ways in, you've got a couple GLs, you've got your, Executor, you got your Leviathan, that type of thing, you have extra droid brains, yes, I think they should be at top of your list and something you should do early. But Relic 9ing them immediately, I don't think is really something that's super necessary for the majority of counts. I think that's more of a, if you're like above 8 million GP, then like, yeah, it should be on your list in the next year. Hey, those look like my mods. Did you steal my mods? Oh, gosh. What about mid-game accounts? They sound like good R9s. I mean, it's not going to hurt your account to do it, White Tiger. It's not. It's just whether or not you have the Relic 9s available, and if you're putting that above getting other things that are going to be more important for your account. That's literally what it is. Are you harming your account in the sense of harming farms that could get you up ahead more than throwing 2 Relic 9s on these random characters that you're not really using and getting some Relic 9 materials occasionally, and you have a 50% chance of getting Relic 9 materials. Is that worth it to you, or is it better to get a Leviathan where you get crystals every day? To me, that's always going to be a better deal going for that. It just depends person to person, but for the most part, it's not going to be something that harms your account where you're like, oh no, I can't believe you ruined your account by getting the Queen's Bend to Relic 9. It's just not something that I think that people should prioritize heavily, and if people go for it, great. I think that's awesome. Do I think it's necessary? Absolutely not. I think that the Relic 9s are really something that's very important in the very, very end game. Like, I'm even at a point where I don't really need Relic 9s, and I just Relic 9'd like 8 characters, and I don't have a Relic 9 Queen's Men or Paw Patrol. And just because I'm in a guild, essentially, I have plenty of Relic 9s. So it's just really not something that I think should be prioritized. Yeah, if you're like a whale, you're pushing hardcore for a lot of Relic 9s. You like to do like Relic 9 PPs where you're going to Relic 9, you're going to go and Relic 9 your Lord Vader, you're going to Relic 9 your Jabba the Hutt, you want to Relic 9 your favorite character. Like, sure, I think that Queen's Men would be more of a priority to Relic 9. Of course. Because you are actively Relic 9ing more. But Relic 9s are not necessarily like the most insane thing. There's a reason it took so long for everyone in the game to start getting Relic 9s. There's a reason there was so much belly aching about Relic 9 requirements when they started being required for different farms like the Leviathan. It's because they weren't necessary to characters in general, and they don't necessarily straight up go, oh hey, this opens up a new counter if you full relic 9. Like, sure, I guess if you full relic 9 your what are they called, Wookiees, you can kill a JMK. But that was back before everyone had Relic 9 Cat and Relic 9 Ahsoka from the GL Ahsoka Tano. I doubt they can actually beat JMK anymore. And they used to be able, at Relic 9, your Wookiees could beat SLKR. But, like, now it's not in there at all because of, you know, Darkside Ray. Relic 9ing a full team usually doesn't open up counters. In the niche cases it does. It's usually a very small window that you get to pull off that counter. And as the enemy ups their relic levels, that counter gets shut down anyways. And so it just doesn't matter anyways. So the Relic 9 doesn't really add, subtract. Like, yeah, sure, you'll get a little bit better hold rates. You'll get a little bit more stuff out of things. Yeah, it just really depends character to character. A lot of it, I don't think it's necessary for an account. Go for that Mob Enforcer Relic 9. I don't even know if Mob Enforcer is the lowest Relic 9 right now. Is it? Using triple attacker lineup, and my Marauder got focused off. Rip. Just bad luck or what? Like, wait, are they have the triple attacker lineup and you did like the classic counter with the endurance? And your Marauder got focused off? That is bad RNG. That's like a minuscule chance of that happening, Michael. I'll give them, but could you imagine Booster, Tarek, and the Errant Venture, and Talon card, and the Wild card for a Smuggler Fee? I gotta be honest, Booster, Tarek, and the Errant Venture, I don't know what that one is, but I would be down for a Talon card with the Wild card. That's one that I've wanted for a while. Do you know if Asteroid Mech is ever going to come back to YouTube? I know he loves making content. I know that in the next bit, he's not going to have time to make content at all. He is helping us here in the Beaver Dam make content for a while, but even then, that's a temporary thing because he's about to get super busy again. So we will have his attention for a little bit, but at least for the next year, he's probably not going to be making content, Nate. But he does love content. I don't know if he'll pick up the Galaxy of Heroes channel again. I think that no matter what, if I know Asteroid Mech, I think he's going to have a channel no matter what throughout his entire life when he has time for it. Because it is not just like a, you know, I'm doing this for fun. It's like a serious passion for him. He and I have like stayed up late at night and just sat there talking about making content and how much we enjoy it. I don't think he'll ever give up making content. It's just for now, and for the foreseeable future, he doesn't have time for it. So. Honestly, the only good R9 stuff, that stuff gives you something back. Exactly. I don't think that anyone should be R8ing and R9ing random characters unless they directly lead to you getting a new character that's going to help you, a new fleet that's going to help you, or, you know, getting materials back. I don't know who Booster is. Full Red Imperial Star Destroyer 2. Yeah, I don't know who Booster is. I'm not familiar with that character. I mean, fair enough, Pasta. I have a Relic 9 Jar Jar for fun. Yes, we will do Great One next. Sorry, we've kind of gotten off topic here. How'd you know, Heinricher? That's supposed to be hush hush. Okay, let's see. Well, they have a Relic 9 Hondo already. Gotta work on those mods, dude. You got Relic 9. Take advantage, great one. Survivor's Quest. That one, that's a Luke and Mara Jade book. That one I've owned for over 10 years and I've never read it because I've never read the in-between books between the Thrawn trilogy and that one. And so like I've just never like taken the time to go out of my way and read it because I knew I was missing some context when I tried to read it in high school. And so I never actually got around to reading it. But I own it. I have had it for it's longer than 10 years now. It's probably been like 15 to 17 years that I've had that book and I've just never read it. Yeah, I got, I think, like halfway through the first Hand of Thrawn duology book. No, I finished the first one, and I just never got the second one because I was waiting for it to come in at the library, and it never came in. Like, I literally was waiting for months, and whoever had it just never returned it. And so I was just waiting for it to come into the library. And so I never read the second book of the Hand of Thrawn duology. I'm telling you, random Relic 9 is the way to go. I mean, hey, we got Arnold to Relic 9 his Rose Tico on his free-to-play account, and I'm sure he's ecstatic about that one. There's a new Sanderson book out. Did it just come out this week? Is it the new Elantris book? Coming December. Books. Cosmere. Oh, that's right. He did Infinity Blade books. He also has a Magic the Gathering book. I forgot about that. I'm not seeing it off rip. What's the name? Yes, I can, Tony. Yes, we're still doing roster reviews. Isles of Emberdark. Okay. Yeah, I remember hearing about that one. I wasn't aware that it was coming out this week. Isles of the Emberdark. Yeah, it just came out. There you go. Oh, interesting. It's an expansion of that. Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay. I will have to get my hands on a copy then. Very cool. Over here that gets Relic is chosen me spinning a wheel. That's how we got Darkside Ray at Relic 9. Okay, let's go ahead and get this Great One roster review. I don't think Great One gave us anything. Let's check the Discord real quick. Okay. Don't see anything in Discord. Rolgo, do you think I should take my Mace, Jedi Vanguard, and Darkside clones to? That's a good question. So you don't have the Jocasta done yet, but Jocasta is kind of a big key player in the raid currently. Does your guild have a requirement yet, a Great One? Or are we talking about like more of just like a arbitrary where should I take them and leave them? More arbitrary? This may be stupid. Don't get me wrong. I like to suggest stupid things from time to time. This one might be stupid. I might suggest Relic 9 clones. I would not probably take your Galactic Republic because the team's not great. It's not fantastic. We're gonna have some era battles that are gonna be nice to have, but they're gonna be sporadic when they come back. Sounds like about twice a year that we'll get the era battles back. So it's not like a huge thing, and this team's not fantastic right now. Maybe we'll find some great stuff when 5v5 comes around, but for now, this team isn't doing much in 3v3, and most people are not happy with it. I would look at Relic 7ing your Jedi Vanguard team to get a good, decent score with it, and Relic 7 solid for Joe Castanu and Jedi Master Mace. That's usually where you want the key characters on a team already, and so I don't think it's unnatural to do that to your Jedi Master Mace. I'm thinking about going and taking my clone troopers up to Relic 9, and I don't know if I would suggest this to you. I would say Relic 7 is a great place to stop if you're looking for the best, like, bang for buck for raid rewards, because it gets you an excellent score on top of, you know, just having good value and use out of the characters in general. But I'm looking at Relic 9ing the clones not just because I want the clones in the raid to do well, and no matter what, the clones will do well. It's just a matter of whether or not we'll get one good score or two good scores after they do the nerfs and changes. But it's also because I don't really have a whole lot of characters that I can utilize in inside Rote that are Relic 9 like level area, and Lord Vader is one of the kings of Rote, where he can kind of just full auto a lot of the combat missions throughout all of Rote. And so just as a natural inclination of like, hey, it helps in the raid, it makes it so the era battle when it comes around, I can do that, as well as the fact that I can use it in Rote. I'm thinking about Relic 9ing. Now, would I suggest that to you? I would say look at Relic 7 as kind of the cap for most of these teams. I don't think most guilds need anything more than a Relic 7. And honestly, you're already at a point where you're probably doing great in your guild, and you probably don't need anything more than like one Relic 7 team. So overall, you're 2 relic levels away from the clones being Relic 7. I'd finish that, and then Mace Windu, it seems like a natural Relic 7. I wouldn't go past that until we know for sure the nerfs and the changes that are going to be made to the raid. But I don't think the clones or Jedi Master Mace will have any problems in the raid regardless. I think the one thing that's going to remain in the balance is, are we going to be able to use Tarkin Scorch, and are we going to be able to use the other 3 clones to get max scores like people have been doing recently? So Luke shows that among all the other choices, but about just a whole account like that, gosh, that'd be wild. Chad Younger, welcome to being damn awesome. Thank you, my friend, for your membership. Yeah, so like you'll have like there's characters like JKCK is an excellent candidate for Relic 9 if you're like looking at Rote, just because he can be thrown with any random Relic 9 characters that you have and can pull it off. It's the same thing with Lord Vader. Lord Vader can do that with a lot of it. Is like you have a Relic 9 Lord Vader and then some random characters that are like Darkseid, and you're going to be able to do some solid stuff. Having the clones up just makes it that much nicer, and I don't know. For me, it's a passion project. I love the clones. I think this is going to be the first full team that I Relic 9 out of my own desires versus requirements or anything else. So for now, Relic 7 is as far as I would take these 2 teams. And I honestly think Jedi Master Mace Windu is going to need the Relic 7 to really pop off in the things that we're going to be able to do with him. So. Okay. Chad, since you are using your membership roster review, we will do you first, my friend, and then we will bounce back to Tony. Let me check. So it looks like you might be going for Hondo as well. So if you're going for Hondo, you don't really need much more than what you already have for like raid score for sure. I still think Relic 7ing both teams is going to be a solid, decent thing to do, especially for Mace Windu. Once again, Mace Windu, I'm genuinely worried about. As for your general account, I think we've talked about it, but Zepho Ready, Malikos team, and Queensmen are like the three things that like immediately like you have investment in and you need to finish. I'll be going for Hondo. Why not? I mean, fair enough. You know, if you love Hondo as a character, an account this far in, and you're willing to throw some money at it, go for Hondo. It's not really the thing for me, but hey, you do you, boo. But yeah, I would finish those 3 farms, and then I'd go get Leviathan. That'd probably be my next couple of steps for this account. I mean, the raid's over. Jar Jar, if you want to get a good Ray counter that beats Ray Hezra, great. But in 3v3, they don't really do much. 5v5, they do some great stuff. Beaver, remember the honorable mention for Keller and Beck, man's purple. Yeah, this guy's missing a lot of his value farms. Beck Nuke and Duo for 3.6 mil. They might nerf it too. Yeah, we're looking at a very strong, like, we're probably not going to get a nerf to Beck himself, but we're looking at a very strong likelihood that we are going to get a nerf to low teams. So, you know, having 2 characters, having 3 characters, that type of stuff. Having underman teams. And then we're definitely going to get a nerf to the Bad Batch. That's the things that we're, like, essentially, we know for sure. Yeah, unfortunately, Great One is not... unfortunately, Great One is not part of the 2% currently. Maybe one day we'll see him as part of the 2%. During these roster reviews, I don't know, a Finn Zori team that has the Finn Zeta as well as Zori at Gear 12 and no mods on a single one of them. That one was wild. Any Datacrons you think I should farm? Yes. Well, I mean, you're not going to work on the Gungans, and so you don't really need a Gungan Datacron. Looks like you're working pretty heavily on the focus Datacrons, which is great. I mean, all of these are fantastic for different reasons. But as for, like, other Datacrons in the current set, you have a Scorchcron for your Tarkin in 3v3. I like the idea of either a Saxon Cron, Gar Saxon, or Imperial Super Commando if you have those units. Yeah. So the Canderous Cron isn't fantastic, if I recall. Let me double check. Maybe I'm crazy. Yeah, I would switch this out if you can re-roll this. And honestly, I'd kind of re-roll this entire Cron. This is a terrible Cron for Mandalorian. So, like, this obviously can proc. You know, these guys attack out of turn. You can remove turn meter. That's great. A lot of the teams you're facing with this team, though, can't have their turn meter removed. Right here on the level 9, Imperial Super Commando allows you to get started with Maul much faster because he can take a bonus turn after the first enemy takes a bonus turn, or takes their first turn, and so then you can get, you know, pass the turn to Maul and get things started. Or if you have the Gar Saxon Cron, you're going to get more assists overall. If you're looking for the best Cron, and, like, they don't critically hit, so this literally does nothing for these guys. So if you're looking for the best Cron that you can get, you're looking at something like whenever dark side allies start their turn with fewer than 3 buffs, they recover 5% health and protection. Going for at the start, not that one. At the end of their turn, Mandalorian allies gain defense, penetration up, and offense up for 1 turn. And then the level 9 is Gar Saxon or Imperial Super Commando Cron. So. Doesn't Cody Cron have an obscure counter? I mean, Cody Cron just makes him harder to kill. So I don't know about that. Yeah, I mean, Qui-Gon's not bad. Like, there's a couple in here that are good, but, like, nothing insanely, like, this is life-changing, I feel like, for this set. I enjoy a lot of the Crons, but nothing super life-changing. I would say get yourself some good dark side clone Cron for when the Apo Cron goes away. and get yourself a good Mandalorian cron, and that's about it. Other than that, get a whole bunch of, 15% crons, that kind of stuff. Yeah, roll defense as much as possible. Well, I said Mandocron. The Mandocron options are not worth missing out on the bulk cron for light side. Yeah, it's true. Shock lead with Bad Batch and Cody or something. Huh, interesting. The Barris Cron. Yeah, the Barris Cron's pretty good. There's a couple Jedi Vanguard that I think would be warranted. Problem is your Jedi Vanguard faction isn't hugely like up and running. You're still, I don't think you have an Aayla Secura. Maybe you do. Maybe you do have an Aayla Secura. It's you don't have a Jocasta new. I'm not specifically going for this one, but like this one's a solid one. I hate these crons so much because like I just never get them to proc, and that's my biggest problem. Is I feel like whoever I get crons of this type for, they always just die first, and it pisses me off. Is Ayla's any good? Not really. Qui-Gon Jinn's isn't bad for a Qui-Gon Jinn team, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Barris is really the only really shining example for Jedi Vanguard here. Okay, let's see. Where is Chad? Any other final questions? Great one. Chad, are you going for Executor? It looks like it, yes. So your next farm is Executor. Should I focus on getting my Darksider Raptor relics before 5e5 starts? I would say yes. Abso-freaking-lutely great one. I would put that on the short list so hard, especially because you have the focus datacron. Dude, like that focus datacron is absolutely wild. You got it? Am I blind? Did you put your ally code wrong and this is not your account? Or are you saying got it as in that'll be... Oh, you understand. Okay, so yeah, Executor, yes. So yeah, Executor is your next farm. Go for that. Okay. You're super dang close to Executor, and I'm surprised you don't already have an Executor. What about Lord Vader? So first things first is going to be an Executor. I want you to finish Executor. It's going to give you crystal income. That's one of our big focuses. Lord Vader, are you buying the clones? Have you been buying the clones? No, so you're slow farming clones. It looks like you either bought Apo or you just speed farmed him. Okay, let's take a look at you down your roster real quick before we kind of move on from anything. And this is why we want to take a look at your roster first. How good is his Tarkin? His Tarkin's Relic 7, I think. Okay. I don't think Lord Vader's necessarily an awful thing. Because I like you have the Lightspeed bundle. You need the gas, obviously. Where's your Padme? Your Padme is relicked already. But here's the thing I need you to finish first. This is what I want you to finish first. I want you to Relic 7 your Rey and Relic 7 your Jedi Master Luke. That is like top priority. So you're gonna finish your I don't want to mix you up here because there is an order of operations here. Because you're missing TIE Fighter pilot. And then I believe it's just IG, right? IG-88 to Relic 5. Boba Fett, you don't have it Relic 8 yet. And where's your Imperial Troopers, Piet? Where's your Piet? Relic 5. Do you think, Chad, that you can get Piet to Relic 8, Boba to Relic 8, and then those other two characters up to Relic 5 in the next 10 days? Do you think that that's possible for you? Keeping in mind that next week is Conquest and you can get some more gear for Gear 12 to Gear 13 in Conquest or some more signal data. Probably not in the next 10 days. So the reason I say 10 days is because the Executor event comes around on the 15th of each month. And so if you can finish it by the 15th, then you will have an Executor in 10 days. If not, then you're going to have to wait a month and 10 days. And so if you think that you can do that in 10 days, then go all in on it. If not, if you think it's going to take you a bit longer to do that, what I would want you to do is I'd want you to go and Relic 7 your 2 GLs that you don't have currently Relic 7'd. And then I want you to go and do the Executor requirements and do that instead. Lord Vader, regardless, is going to take you a while because your gas is 5-star. And a 5-star gas takes a while to get to 7-star. So keep that in mind when you're doing this. You are going to have to take a while to get the gas done. And in the meantime, I want you to fix up some holes in your roster. You know, get your Zori team up and rocking off the ground. You know, get your Sith Eternal up and running as well. Look into getting your Star Killer up and running. That's a big thing in here. This is such a solid team that you're sleeping on. Like, he's right here. He only needs an Omicron. You don't need to get him all his Zetas. You don't need to get him all his Omicrons. All you need is there's much conflict in you all the way leveled up and a Relic 5 on this guy, and you can take down Rey. You can use this to clean up GLs. You can take down quite a few GLs. This is a fantastic team that I don't want you sleeping on. And you already have all of the keys to making it work, which is just Emperor Palpatine and Mara Jade, and then Starkiller himself. That is a 1 Omicron. You instantly have a team. So you have some stuff that I want you to work on first and in the meantime while you're waiting for, you know, your gas to get up. And of course, you need to make sure you're buying gas shards as often as you can so you can actually work on that Lord Vader if you want to work on it, because it looks like you have a passion project. You have a little PP for these clones, and there's nothing wrong with a little PP, but it's going to be a little ways down the road for you. So look into getting your GLs leveled up, get your Executor ready to go for not this 15th, but next month's 15th, and then Star Killer, get to Relic 5, drop an Omicron on there as much conflict in you, and get that team going. That includes getting some good mods on Mara Jade as well. And then if you need another side project while you wait for your clones, I do highly suggest the Queen's Men. You already have, you know, some 5 stars going. get them up to Relic 7 as well. So there's some side projects to work on for you while you wait for your gas and getting your Executor and also that type of stuff. So Sith Empire, if you don't have a Malgus, this is kind of just an okay team. It's still good, don't get me wrong. This is still a good team overall. But you're gonna have to take your Malak up to a 7-star using the same materials that you're using for your gas, so it'll take away from your gas farm that you're going for Lord Vader. Additionally, this is also one of those farms where it's super good with Malgus, and it's kind of in that A tier area without Malgus, and so I'd even say it might be dropped down to B tier nowadays. No, it's still Darth Revan. I'm gonna say A tier. Yeah, it can still do some stuff for sure, but it's not quite as good. So without Malak. Yeah, like, if you were to push this direction, you could get your Darth Revan up to gear 12, and you could go for Malak and grab him, but then he's going to be 5-star. You need to get him to 7-star, and you still don't have a Malgus. And Malgus is what makes this very, very good. I would skip this for now, and I'd come back to it when you get closer to Malgus, my friend. Overall, I can tell you right now, mods are going to be a big thing. That I'm not going to go through all of your mods just off the rip, but the fastest GL that you have is 510, and it's with a broken mod sets. So I'm not going to go through your mods, and we're not going to like take a stroll down mod lane or anything, but I am going to give you a video to watch. Whoops, almost. There we go. And go watch this video. I'll take you through farming mods and not taking mods too far. And then just make sure you're using swago.gg when you're making your mods and doing your mods and stuff. This website is your best friend. Swago.gg, you go to units, you type in any character you got, Jabba, and it will bring up, you know, what is the best sets. The best sets are health speed. Arrow is going to be a speed primary. Triangle is going to be a health primary. And it'll tell you everything you need to know about what to put on. And that video will tell you everything you need to know about farming mods easily. It's not a long video. It's super simple. We don't like to go complex in modding here in the Beaver Dam. So utilize that, and I think you're going to be in a very solid spot. And as a reminder, Executor, get it done as soon as possible. Make sure you're buying shards for gas, since that's a passion project for you. You want the Lord Vader, you're going for the clones, 100%. But you got some side projects to work on in the meantime. Get yourself your GLs fully relic, your Star Killer up to Relic 5, drop that Omicron on him, and you'll be sitting pretty, my friend. Hey, Nothing Face, welcome, welcome. Hey, Lumar, good to see you, my friend. Affiliate anniversary, does it say that somewhere? Am I officially like 1 year of being an affiliate on Twitch? Curious, does that say that on my side? I don't see anything on my side, but I don't know. But yeah, okay. I go crazy still, to be honest. I sometimes forget how good Darth Revan leads because I use Malgus. Darth Revan leads still good. It's still A tier. On defense, it's definitely fallen off over time, but it's still A tier team. To me, it feels like an Afra level team where it has some good control and some good damage, but it's really glass cannon-y. And then you get Malgus, and that glass cannon feel goes away entirely, and it just becomes uber powerful. Okay, we got Tony Lawls. Are you there, my friend? Are we going to have all the walls as we look at your account? Yeah, I got a message to share it. So some niche uses. Yeah, Darth Revan definitely does have some niche uses. Like, I mean, he can still. I don't know if he can do it with Amalgus. I would assume he can do it with Amalgus. He can still beat Great Mothers in 3v3 for sure. I don't know about 5v5. Just got back from being away for over a year and have no idea what to do. Sounds good. Nothing face. We are going to be closing up here in just a moment for roster reviews. We've had a lot of paid for roster reviews and kind of some side tangents that I felt like were important to talk about. But if you join the Discord, there is a section in the Discord called Channels and Roles at the very top. And right here, would you like to be pinged for roster reviews? If you click that button, you'll be pinged for roster reviews anytime I go live for roster reviews. We do have another roster review stream coming up on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. So we will be doing more roster reviews and a much longer roster review stream where I'm not exhausted after an 11-hour workday on Tuesday. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, currently farming Punishing One, Marauder, and Darkside Clones. Don't know whether to go Leia or Bo-Katan next. Is your guild pushing for Mandalore? Because Bo-Katan's great. Don't get me wrong. I built her as a PP, not as like a value farm. But you know, she's best as a value farm. So is your guild going for Mandalore? Is the question, Tony. Okay, let's take a look. Your Queen's Men is our 7-star. They could definitely use some work, my friend. Okay, I appreciate that you're going for your Marauder. Yeah, I think focusing on your fleets is definitely something I would suggest for an account like this. Because we're looking at, like, you're really close to Profundity. You're almost done with your Malevolence fleet. Like, a lot of your fleets are missing, like, just a little bit of sharding to do something amazing. She's just a PP to me. I mean, a PP's a PP, so, like, if you want to go for the PP, go for the PP. I feel like, overall, the thing that I'm immediately noticing about this account is just the lack of Queen's Men, which is a great value farm, and the lack of ships. And I think that's going to be one of the biggest things that stunt the growth of this account going forward. And the things that I would focus on most is those two things. So, you know, I think those are helpful. Are you fine leaving your guild, Tony? Look at your mods while I'm waiting on an answer for that. Beautiful SLKR. They're pretty decent right now. So, if you're willing to move guilds, I would do Bo-Katan first. If you're not willing to switch guilds, I would put the Leia first. Because if you're willing to switch guilds, you get a Bo-Katan and you essentially get infinite Chirotech. That's like I'm not being facetious here. I'm not like being sarcastic. Thanks, Ryrock. Here. So you get 10 of each Chirotech if you complete an assault battle at challenge tier 1. If you have Bo-Katan Mandalore and you fight your way into a good guild using your Bo-Katan Mandalore and your Darkside clones that you're referring to that you're going to get up, you are looking at 70 of each Chirotech from Zepho as well as Mandalore. So you're going to get 140 total Chirotech just from that. Now that's going to happen twice a month. So that's going to double that. So we'll times it by 2. So you're looking at 280 Chirotech, 140 of each per month. On top of that, you're also getting an additional 35 of Chirotech from each of those special missions to unlock those, if everyone in the guild participates. Even if they only, you only unlock it, you're still getting half that amount, so you're still getting like 20 chirotech each, and of course that happens twice a month. So you are looking at 420 chirotech per month just from having Mommy Mandalore. That's 100, 210 of each, and you divide that by 10, and that is 42 assault battles per month worth of, sorry, my bad, 21, because it is a 10 of each. So we'll divide that by 2. That is 21 assault battles worth of chirotech you're getting a month. Yes, and you don't have to go all the way in the same way that when you're looking for, when you're looking for love, you should be trying to improve yourself, but you shouldn't be perfect to find love, because, finding love is finding someone who sees through your faults and still loves you. Same kind of concept. You're looking for a guild that sees through your faults and still loves you. Apparently, Galaxy of Heroes has just become dating to me, because mods aren't girlfriends, and finding a guild is like finding love. So you're trying to find a guild that will look through your faults. So you're trying to get Bo-Katan done, and then you have Bo-Katan done, and you can go to a guild and go, look, I have Bo-Katan done. I can do a decent raid score. Will you guys accept me now, even though I'm not Zepho ready, with the basis of I will get Zepho ready within the next 6 months? It is what I did to get into the current guild that I'm currently in, and I think that is the best way of doing it, is, giving yourself a little bit of wiggle room, but allowing yourself to be recruited early for the potential that you will show. And by getting Bo-Katan, you already have the farther of the two that you need. And so getting the Zepho ready is pretty easy, but you can say, hey, I need to go and I need to get myself a Leviathan, or oh, hey, I need to work on my fleets for a bit, but then I'll get Zepho ready. So do I get a guild that's full Mando Zepho ready when you aren't? Perfect, great one. Nice, rule of 2, very nice. I think your math was wrong. 70 of each chirotech, which is 140. You do rote twice a month, so it's times 2. And then on top of that, you're getting, so we'll say 280, right? 280 chirotech per month, plus you're getting 35 of worth of get to currency for unlocking and finishing that mission just to unlock the Mandalore, plus you're doing that again for Zepho, so that's a total of 70, and you do that twice a month, so 140 plus 280 is 420 chirotech total. Yeah, I'm sold in Bo-Katan then faster than Leia, and you get a great counter for a lot of teams in the game. Plus, you can also beat JMK with it. So, yeah, like I mean, I've been doing all new characters recently. I've been taking up all these different new characters. I took up Scout Trooper recently. I took up everyone I needed for Lord Vader. I took up all the characters for Jedi Master Mace Windu. I took up Merrick out of nowhere. I just got Jocasta New done. And I have still 761 chirotechs. How much do I have of the other one? Which is the one that I usually have more of. Let's see. Do you require chirotechs? No. Come on, one of you guys require chirotechs. I know you do. Who do I have that requires chirotech that's currently... Drogon. Perfect. Yeah, there we go. So 761 of one and 1,274 of the other. I never run out of chirotechs at this point. So... Yes, and if you get Bo-Katan and Mandalore, you become part of the 2%. And if you don't know what that is, unfortunately, my clip is broken at the moment, so you'll have to just go look up Katie Sackhoff 2%. Great one, coming in with the 99 cents. Thank you, my friend. I don't know if you remember what happens when someone donates anything under $2, but we're going to do it. Good poopers. I know, you were asleep. You're a tired poopers. But you're getting a treat, so it's fine. Yep. Good poopers. For those of you who haven't met her, this is Mara. She is a good poopers. She's a very cuddly poopers. Oh. Jate. Other paw. Jate. Good girl. Yep. Stay. Yep. Stay. Mask. Oh, you haven't gotten the mask all quite yet. Hey, there you go. Good poopers. Good poopers. And this is Mar Binks. Oh, you good poopers. Good poopers. One more for you. Pip. Go. Agreed, Tony. Agreed. Is it guild dependent to get those Kairos if you farm Bo-Katan Mandalore? Yes, it is fully guild dependent. So you want to go and you get Bo-Katan, and then you either your guild is going for Bo-Katan, or you go find another guild like I did. That's what I did, is I got Bo-Katan and then found another guild. Do Pro-Hills give the same return on investment as Poncho Bros? Technically, overall, slightly different. So they give everything the same as the Poncho Bros, except that the Relic 9 tier gives you a chance at Omicrons instead of the Relic 9 materials, the droid brains or the impulse detectors. So instead of being a 50% chance of getting droid brains, you instead have a 30% chance or 33% chance of getting droid brains instead. So it's slightly less if you value the droid brains most, but it does add in Omicrons if you want that. Whales hate it. Mara does my GAC for the next challenge. That'd be great. I don't know how I would get her to do that is the thing. If I can figure out like a way of like, I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. I'll see if I can figure out a way to do it. Is just Bo-Katan Mandalore, or is it JKCK and Seer included in the Cairo total? So the natural progression of a guild is Bo-Katan Mandalore is second. So it's JKCK, then Bo-Katan Mandalore, typically. And so if you join a Bo-Katan Mandalore guild, typically they already have the Zepho done. But that Chirotech total is based off of having both of them. 100% it is based off of that. So if you were to do the math without that, you were just doing Bo-Katan and like your guild was only Mandalore ready, they weren't JKCK, which is wild. It's rare to see a guild like that. You'd be getting instead of 70 of each Chirotech, you would be getting with Bo-Katan it's 50 of each Chirotech, and that happens twice a month. Plus the 35 plus the 35, so you're still getting 270 Chirotech a month just from Bo-Katan. Sounds good, Caracol. You have a great night, my friend. You can have her just push buttons. Yeah, but I wanted her to like choose the counters, and so like I'd have to set up like an eye tracker or something so she could like look at things and like choose counters, or like come up with a command and teach her a new command to be able to get her to choose counters and stuff. So we'll see. I'm sure I'll come up with something fun to do with Mara and, you know, be able to get her to play my GAC. I love my guild, but we were barely touching the route specific stuff. Yeah, so like if you do this, this is one of those things where you can weasel your way into a guild. Like my guild, I weaseled in, let's see, I had, at the time when I got in my guild, I had Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, I had Jedi Master Luke Skywalker, Sith Eternal Emperor, and Rey. So I had 4 GLs and an Executor, and that was it. And this guild that I was in, that I'm still in right now, is a 590 million guild. When I joined it, I think it was a 540 million guild. Everyone in the guild was like 2 million or more GP than me. You know, they had all of the GL fleets. They had all this fancy stuff, but because I had farmed for the raid and I had farmed Bo-Katan Mandalore, they let me in way earlier than I should have been. So welcome back, Trey, just in time for me to head out. I do gotta get going. My throat is dying, and I want to be able to have my throat for the foreseeable future. So I apologize, but we will be doing more roster review streams going forward. We have another one coming up on Tuesday, and we will be having another members roster review stream very soon as well. So we will be doing a lot more roster reviews going forward. We took a little break just because we got super busy over a lot of stuff, but it is coming, my friends. Gosh, my throat is killing me. Anyways, love each and every one of you. I will be adding Great One to our end screen for our Damn Best members. Thank you so much for becoming one of the Damn Best. Great One. But yeah, big shout out to those who contribute to the Beaver Dam today. You guys are amazing. I appreciate each and every one of you. Big shout out to our current Damn Sugar Daddy, which it's Rain, it says, because technically this is super chat only, but I believe Great One just overtook that for shizzle. So big shout out to Great One for being the Damn Sugar Daddy. I'll make sure that he gets that tag in the Discord, although he might still have it from last month. We'll see. Big shout out to our Damn Elite current, oh my gosh, Great One coming in with another $20. Thank you so much, my friend. You are literally the best. Hey, and now he's the Damn Sugar Daddy. It shows up right there. Look at that. You just, I don't from the last month. Okay, well, I'll make sure you get it now because you're definitely right there. And you should already have your Damn Best membership. If any of you guys don't have your membership in the Discord and you don't have access to the members only Discord server stuff, make sure you go to the Discord, go to your settings, your user settings, connections, and then sign into YouTube or Twitch, depending on where you have your membership or subscription. And you'll be able to get access to all of that stuff, including the Dammies. We are doing an awards show to celebrate our 5,000 subs, and right now members can vote. There is a place in the member chat to vote on different things like your favorite challenge stream that we've done, you know, all types of different stuff. Go vote there, go submit your stuff, and then once we have all of the member submissions, we'll bring it before the whole Beaver Dam, and everyone's going to vote together on what wins in each category, and we'll have an awards show. It'll be a damn good time. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Let's go see if there is anyone that we can raid over on Twitch. Let's see. We got one person live on Twitch, so we will go ahead and raid him. Unfortunately, looks like he's he speaks exclusively Spanish, I think. I don't know, maybe he speaks English, but his chat is entirely in Spanish. So for those of you on Twitch, I hope you've been brushing up on your Duolingo. And for those of you on YouTube, let's see who's live. Looks like no one's live right now. Dang. We'll raid Troopers on Break stream. I don't know if he's gonna go live here in just a second or not. But we'll just raid his stream just in case he goes live. But yeah, thank you for giving a damn, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you won GAC. I actually don't know. Did I win my last round? I did. Yeah, look at that. We did win our last round. Very nice. And sure, whoever you are, I'll accept that. And we are back into Kyber 2. Woo! Okay. Sweet.